Andrew Hooper here, home with the Hoopers. We were able to get an in-depth, behind-the-scenes view of our camper getting built. It's a 2020 Keystone Montana 3855 BR. Basically saw it from frame and wheels up until it was full-body paint was completed. It was a phenomenal experience, basically behind the scenes of anything and everything I wanted access to. I want to thank Keystone for that opportunity. In this video, we're going through, how the slides are put in, how the trim's put on, the prep process for paint, the cabinets, the refrigerator, how all of that comes together as one quality unit in a remarkably short amount of time. Tons of people working at the factory, all of which were in great spirits. It was a great experience, and I'm thankful to Keystone for giving us the behind-the-scenes access to see it getting built, see our home getting built.
It's 3:55 a.m. on Thursday, and Andrew is getting ready to head up to the Keystone factory to watch our rig go on the line. We're so excited and slightly tired.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah.
It's finally here.
And this is where the fun begins. Lots of cars, lots of people. Production starts at 4 a.m. We're here at the Keystone factory, 4 o'clock in the morning. Things are already bustling. Got forklifts moving rigs around. Looks like they may be doing some PDIs. And this is where it starts. We got the frame delivered from the Lippert factory, and we're going to take you along step by step. Step 2, get the underpinning on, the insulation, spare tires, get the axles. Currently the frame is flipped over, and in a little bit they'll flip it back over and roll it down the line. Pretty cool. But now the tanks are going in, wiring. So these are our black tanks. You can see all your sensors in there. You got the heating pad below. Keep everything warm. These are a new tank that Keystone has. It's one-piece molded, whereas the old ones had a seam in them. So these have a lot less chance of breaking and leaking. Doing things the right way. Floor being put together and assembled. And knocking out the back part for the storage. Prepping the floor. We get the insulation in, the water lines, the heat ducts. They are caulking, getting ready to put the subfloor in. Should be fun. It helps to have the right tools. Make it quick work. Drilling the subfloor down. Securing everything down. Making sure you don't have any squeaks in your floor. Over the floor to make sure there's no nails sticking up, so when they put the actual flooring down, you don't have any protrusions. So they'll take that over there, and then every now and then they'll get a top of a nail to make some sparks. But they're making sure there's nothing sticking up. Gluing around all the holes so when they put the floor on, it'll stick nice. And here goes the floor. Just as easy as that. Currently up in the staging deck for the cabinets, the sinks. That's the start of the line. And they'll go from here, they'll start putting on walls, put the roof on, do electrical, plumbing. This is our floor plan before the walls. There's our kitchen sink. We got my office. Got the one-piece shower, your water heaters, your water bay, your basement insulation. We're doing plumbing and wiring. So this is pretty cool. This is my office. Where I'll sit and work. Little unit. Behind the scenes, where the cabinets are being built. Everything has its own spot. Everything's organized. They've got jigs set up for everything to make the cabinets as quickly and as efficiently as possible and be able to have a product that they can actually repeat. Ceiling's going in. Prepping the cap with some suction handles. Getting ready to get the lift and put her on. Prepping the roof, taping down the flashing, putting the glue for the roof on. They're going to start rolling it next. Next is the roof. Easy as that. Die-coring the roof, putting the air conditioners on, got the roof on, putting trim on, gutters. There's ours, going to the next station. Next station is slides. Windows are in, ceiling fans in, windows, windows, windows. We got the guys over here installing the windows. He's moving the slides around, prepping each station. kitchen window. Goes down here. They're finished putting the slide trim on the outside. Looks like they're putting some roofs on as well. After they cut out the openings on the sidewalls, they'll bring the slide section back here and start putting them together. You can see this is the entertainment section on a, looks like a 3855 VR. They go ahead and put the appliances in, all the cabinets. Back here is kind of where they start. So these are the actual slide sections. They'll clean them up, clean the ends up, and then start piecing them together. Putting the exteriors on. This is looks like a bunk room slide with a carpet in it. And then this slide. Here goes the slide in our rig.
Alright, get that guy in the green. Right there.
The guy in the green?
Peanut! Smile for the camera, bro! Hey, that guy right there, he's a real good guy. He puts ducks together all the time.
There's our slide. There's our kitchen slide. About to go in. Here's my office slide. About to go in. Get one side in. Get on the other side, push. And they're done. There's our bedroom slide. Swintech slide. A well-oiled machine. We're installing an awning on this one. Here's our bedroom slide. Everything has a place. Everything stays. There's all your propane regulators, all your flashing, your trim, insulation, a lot of trim. So this is the new modern maple. It's new for 2020. I really like that lighter look. just finished putting the decals on this one. Looks like they're installing the edges of the slides as well as some slide toppers. Pre-cleaning everything, making sure all the trim's good. Just keeps on moving down the line. So out here is where they'll start to install the solar panels. So if you look on this rig right here, it's already got a panel on top. They'll come put the furniture in and they start taking them out the door. So we'll be able to see ours go through that whole process. Here's all the furniture staged. I want to walk through kind of how they do this here and the options. So most of the rigs that go out of here are very similar to the one right behind me. So those rigs are the standard Montanas. They typically have a flat back cap. It's basically just a flat wall right here. And then on the Legacy model, which is what we're getting, and this is our rig, you have the molded back. So what they do on the rigs is as they go through the line, they'll go fill it up with water. Every tank, all the black tanks, the gray tanks, and the freshwater tank, and then that'll be at the very beginning of production. And as it goes through production, they'll just make sure it's not leaking anywhere. After it comes out of the line, they've tested everything inside. They'll go in and actually drain all the water out. This particular rig is going to go to paint. Once it gets back from paint, they'll finish installing the slide toppers, the awnings, and they'll do this check again to make sure that there are no leaks again, pressurize the system. They do electrical checks, load test everything, make sure there's no sparks or glitches or anything with the system. So they go through this thing several times to make sure there are no issues with it, which is impressive, especially with as many units as they do this for. She's coming out of the bay. She's got some more work to do, go to paint, but there she is.
Super early morning. We are heading off to, I say we, Andrew is heading off to the paint shop today in, I think it's in Elkhart County. So.
Moose or something like that.
Full body paint. It's happening.
It's happening.
So we are gonna go watch that whole process. We're gonna get the camera set up and see how that goes. We're excited. We're exhausted. I get to go back to bed though, so I can't complain. And we're gonna get rolling. Safe driving.
Good Thursday morning. We made it to Keystone's paint booth. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. We get a surprise. So I actually changed the paint color at the last minute. We were originally going to go with cashmere, which is more of a brown, a little bit older type look just because it matched my truck. Janelle really liked the cobalt, so called an audible at the end and got it changed. Thanks to Keystone for making that happen, and that'll be a complete surprise to her when we get there. All right, so I'm at the front of the assembly line at the paint plant. So right here we have the units in the far back. Those are the units that come in directly from the factory. This current unit right now, they're sanding it, getting everything nice and smooth, making sure there's no imperfections in there. They'll start taping the windows. This is the sand area. They go in and start sanding. A little bit louder in here. So this section, they're sanding all the front caps. They do about 150 to 200 caps a day. And then rigs, they'll do about 4 of those as well. So again, it's during their break, but got a rig behind me right now. It's getting the windows taped, the wheels taped, everything that doesn't need paint is getting taped. They've got all their different sanding mechanisms. Air sanders, hand sanders. Once they get through sanding, it'll go to this stage where they'll do a final check over. It's pretty smooth. They'll kind of prep the next 2 or 3 stations. How you doing? Morning. Is prep. So doing that, they'll go back and you can see on this one where there's any additional imperfection, they'll have them marked with the tape. Go back and fix all those issues if there's any bumps, snags, any of that type of stuff. So they seem like they do a great job. They've got all the trim taped off as well, like your cargo tray trim, that type of stuff. Classic. Everyone's extremely friendly here, so that's exciting. You can see this side, there's just caps and caps and caps for days. You have the caps with the windows in them, like the front. I think they're front living rooms, front bedrooms, with the bathrooms, but they got a cap or a big hole right in the middle of the cap. So once they get through with that side, so the caps will end up getting washed before they get painted, and then basically they'll pick a booth behind me. Where's my hand? There it is. So they'll pick one of these booths, and there are 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 or 5 of them. One of them is strictly for caps. I think the last one may be for caps as well. And then you have all the rigs in there. So ours is actually in this bay. They just finished putting all the pinstriping on and everything. It's got a base coat of white. And then they'll move it to the middle stage. From the middle stage, the main plant manager will go through and make sure all the lines on all the pinstriping are accurate with the slides out, with the slides in, making sure everything looks great. They do some quality assurance checks along the way as well. Then the next bay is where it'll get paint. So we're gonna try to get a time-lapse camera in there and see if we can't get the whole process of getting it painted. So epic Thursday morning already. We're in the paint booth. It's getting its first base coat. They've already prepped the windows, got everything wrapped. And then we'll kind of walk through each stage as it goes through. It's typically a 3-day process. So the first day it'll spend getting its base coat, getting the graphics, getting baked. Then they'll start the next phase, taking off all the protective stuff. We are actually in booth 12, right here. Stay in this line for the next 3 days as it goes down the process. So we should get it out of paint Monday. This should be pretty exciting. Now they put the slides back out so they can finish all the striping closer to the edge. So right now we got a couple of quality assurance personnel. They're going around looking at all the pinstripes now that it's out in the open. They've got all the lights around the whole area. So pointing out every little flaw and everything. Then having the pinstripe girls go back and fix everything right. This is not ours, but this is the booth where they put the clear coat on. You can see they have the lights everywhere, up, down, sideways. It's so that they can look for any imperfections in the paint. So a pretty top-notch facility. Like you see, it's obviously clean, well maintained. So Keystone's doing a good job with it. Good morning again. Made it to the Keystone Paint Shop, day 2. Exhausted. It is currently 4:30 in the morning. So going to watch a few more steps on the rig today. We won't get to finish it today. I think it'll end up finishing Monday. But today they'll peel all the pinstriping off, which will be exciting. You can actually see the colors. It'll be more dull at first this morning, and then middle of the day they'll do a clear coat, which will make everything pop, and Monday's sanding, buffing, that type of stuff, finishing. So should be an interesting day. See if we can get some additional footage in the warehouse as well, of everything that's going on. Maybe some other rigs that are in there too. So follow along. This is literally like unwrapping a present at Christmas. We are after paint. Check out that color. Pretty insane. Right now they're going in and trying to find any imperfections. So, like there's a little bitty, there's a little dot right there. They're going back and marking everything, doing a great job of QA to make sure all the lines are good. There's no hiccups anywhere. So they're preparing it to probably do this for another hour or so, and then it goes into clear coat. So once it goes into clear coat, it'll kind of bring this matte color, which looks awesome as it is, kind of make it pop. So looking forward to seeing that process as well, kind of transform from paint to its finished coat. Beautiful color. Glad I changed it the last minute. Jay's gonna be so surprised. Couldn't be happier. So, got you a present.
You changed the color? No, you didn't. Why?
I talked to the second we went and hooked up to it, and we hooked right next to it, and you said you liked it. I texted Rachel and she said done. She'll make it happen. So.
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it. Looks great.
Oh my gosh,
So,
is that my anniversary?
That's your anniversary present.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so excited.